Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's a little bit of a different video for me today as I take you with me for a day at the pottery studio. So full disclosure, I am a very beginner potter. I began first doing a little bit of pottery back in March, I believe it was, going to a garden studio, which I still go to and I absolutely love. However, I am now a member at a much larger studio as well. And so this is a day with me at that larger studio. So I started off by wedging up some blobs of clay. These were actually reclaimed blobs, so I had to spend a little bit longer wedging than normal because those of you that have done reclaim, if you know, you know. This looks quite phallic, I do apologise, but as is the nature of coning up when you are centering. So my goal on this day was to throw as much as I physically can. Since beginning at this new studio, I've had to learn very quickly how to throw directly onto the wheel heads, as I taught myself mostly to throw, but I was using a bat system, and it's very different learning to throw directly onto the wheel head versus onto a bat system. So the first few weeks were quite the learning curve, not only for throwing but also for actually getting pots off the wheel. I lost quite a few pots, unfortunately, to careless hands when pulling off the wheel. So the goal was just to throw as many pots as I physically could. I'm throwing around 400 grams, I think, here, but as you can see, it's not always going to plan. And this video was actually quite a few weeks ago now. I have since slowed the wheel quite considerably when pulling walls. As you can see, I'm very wobbly when pulling up, and it is a lot to do with the fact that I am spinning the wheel quite fast. These videos are on a higher speed, as you can probably tell, but yeah, I was going far too fast when pulling up, so I was managing to centre and open up okay, but when it came to pulling, the wheel is just going a little bit too fast. So I've had a bit more success of late with that. So the majority of what I managed to throw on this day were actually pots that are going to be vessels for candles. So I'm currently working with another small business owner who makes the most amazing candles, and we're doing a little bit of a collab where we are going to have pots and candles together. So hoping to get those out maybe September, October time, just in time for Christmas. So they'll hopefully be filled with lots of autumnal and Christmassy scents. So if you're not already, now is a good time to go and follow my Instagram and my TikTok. I am at Spicy Bean Creates across all platforms, because I do tend to post daily, if not every other day on there, and any new products or any updated products that I'll be either sharing online or at my events in person, I'll post on there first. So yeah, if you're not following me already, go and check me out on those socials. So I've learnt this new technique for making these quite tight bubble potted forms. It was actually another potter at the studio that taught me. So she told me that all you need to do is make sure obviously that you've got a fairly decent wall. Use the other end of a wooden pointer tool. I don't know whether that's the right word for it. I'll try and put a picture up of what I mean on here. And if you just carefully hold the wall on the inside and then guide it around the outside and then keep going down, you can have them as far apart or as narrow as you want. You get quite a cute bubble effect, and I've been a bit obsessed with it recently. So lots of the pots that I have thrown for this upcoming project and collab have got that technique on them, and I've really been enjoying it. One, because I'm obsessed with bubble forms, but I really struggle to use ribs at the moment. Because I either tend to get the pot stuck or my walls are far too thin and they just kind of collapse when I start using the rib. But I really like the way that the glaze interacts with the waves on the pot. So it's a really cute way to add a little bit of texture, and to get funky glaze results as well. By this point I was a bit more warmed up, so as you can see my cylinder is a little bit more even, and I'm just going in and trying to straighten it out with my hands as much as I can. This was going to be a bit more of a rounded pot, so I think I was curving it out a little bit more naturally. And for some reason I didn't have a chamois on this day. I normally use a chamois lever to get those edges nice and smooth, but for whatever reason I didn't have one, so you'll see me just pinching the rim of my pot and using the sponge to make it a little bit more smooth. I've also been very obsessed with making these rims nice and wavy. Here, when I've started spinning the wheel and I've used a hairdryer on it, it's actually flared back out to be kind of centered again, but I do go back in and I just kind of do it so it almost looks like a curvy star. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it. Maybe it's because I really like soot sprites and they remind me of soot sprites. But yeah, I've really been liking it, and I've found that as someone that's very, very beginner and is trying to get things off the wheel as best as I can, it kind of allows me a little bit of grace if I accidentally pull the wall a little bit too thin at the top. So these are what I managed to throw today. So it was then on to doing some glazing. So I had quite a few things out of bisque, so I went and did some wet sanding of the pieces that had come out of bisque. So I had some mugs, I had a few of those bubbly pots as well, so I was just sanding them down, and this just helps to make sure that the glaze will go on nice and evenly, and also just gives the pot a little bit of a more refined finish as well at the end, because otherwise you can get little nicks on it and stuff. And I'm really working on trying to make things look a lot more professional. Even though I am super beginner, I do sell some of my pots. Part of my small business, Spicy Bean Creates, where I mostly sell polymer clay pieces, but I have recently been branching out to sell some of my ceramics as well. So I am really working on trying to get a bit more of a professional and consistent finish as well. So wet sanding and all of that just helps to make things a lot smoother when they're gliding on. So I have recently been very keen on using pink and green glazes. For those of you that follow me, they are typically my branding colours, so I'm not surprised that I kind of gravitated towards those. I also do a lot of cute animals, so like this is a little pig spoon rest, and I'm using a really beautiful pink. I'll put a picture up of how this turned out because I have now got it out the kiln and it is available for sale at my event. He is the only one of my spoon rests that is left. But I also do frogs, as you can see there, a little cat. And then I went and collected some things that had just come out of the glaze kiln before heading home and saying goodbye to the goats. A really short vlog here, but I hope that you enjoyed seeing what a day looks like for me at the pottery studio. See you soon!